The October 2019 New Zealand Trucking Magazine main test is the immaculate Kenworth K200 2.3 metre flat roof 8x4 rigid curtain sider, owned and operated by Eden Haulage Limited of Invercargill. Walking towards Eden Haulage Fleet number 12, the excitement is elevated. Is it the thought of embarking on a rounder from Invercargill to Christchurch and home again via the Mackenzie Country and Central Otago? Or is it the knowledge you're going to spend the next couple of days in the cab of a truck dressed in the slick Invercargill-based outfit's livery? Or is it this truck, brand new yet some kind of freakish flashback to a time when trucking was pure? The truth was, it was all of these things. She's a sweet one tonight, said Blair Chambers, pilot and caretaker of Angus Spud, the latest addition to the Southern Fleet. As he slipped the gear lever into gear and eased out the clutch, a grumble came from deep down below the floorboards, and with that the truck, trolley and inhabitants rolled out slowly toward the Bond Street gate. Full load, one drop, boom. At first glance, this looks to be a reasonably standard K200 flat roof sleeper with a cool retro grille installed. However, don't stop there. Keep looking, and among the many subtle touches, two other dominant throwback features soon become apparent. The modified aero kit fitted to the roof, a time warp to the Rudkin Wiley ones of days gone by, circa K100E, as well as the infill to the entry steps either side of the cab to reduce the visual impact of the standard K200 full-length versions we have now. The real impact on the senses looking across the yard at Angus Spud for the first time is the impeccable stance, very low and level. We spec this one with the Primax rear end, with deep drop front axle, said Eden Haulage owner Phil Collinson. It's bloody low, but looks much better. Safer too, and it's more stable in the back end as well. I've got Southpack sourcing a bumper lift kit, so Blair can flick a switch on the dash and lift it clear if he's in somewhere tricky. We've pushed so many boundaries, it's not the easiest machine in the fleet to operate, but this is the new standard build for us. Mechanically speaking, there's nothing unfamiliar here. If the Hyundai last month was all new, the Kenworth this month is very much the favourite sweatshirt. The Euro 5 Cummins X15 is set at 410 kilowatts, 580 horsepower, and delivers 2,508 newton metres of torque, 1850 pound-foot. Bolted up to this is the 18-speed Road Ranger RTLO 18918B manual transmission, and at the back end, Meritor RT46 160 GP rear axles at 4.1 to 1, and Meritor MFS 66 124 drop axles at 13.2 tonne for the pair on Kenworth load share taper leaf springs and shock absorbers up front. Rearward, as we said, is the Hendrickson Primax EX462 at 21,000 kgs. The ride in a sleeper cab rigid K200 is equal of most and better than many. The handling characteristics are on point if you're into the US style, that direct flat through the corners feel. The finish in oxblood diamond pattern vinyl, heavy rubbers and probably the best tough plastic we encounter is on point when it comes to serviceability. Appeal wise, it's entirely up to the individual. Again, you couldn't get further from the Hyundai or a big Euro if you tried, so it's purely preference. The dash and cockpit are again familiar, and the one that we approve of greatly. A two-piece binacle and wrap in a single sweep. The Kenworth binacle is a magnificent big structure and dominates the cockpit. Few jobs can deliver what trucking can. Mastery of machine, significant responsibility, the daily representation of a firm to the customer, autonomy in decision making, and freedom. Phil Collinson knows this, and from his own experience understands that if you let the next generation take part during their first 15 years, the following 4+ decades will take care of themselves. In a way, this truck serves to remind us of a time when the industry was less persecuted and had a chance to sell itself to the next wave of followers. The greatest sales tool trucking's ever had are the trucks themselves. So maybe, just maybe, Angus Spud is the poster child of a revolution, a truck that reflects a golden age of social acceptance and self-worth, a time when parents were happy to let their kids look on driving as a noble act, allowing them to walk through the back gate to the trucks next door, meet the great people who were there, and dream big dreams. To get the entire rundown on this purpose-built retro Kenworth K200 for Eden Haulage Limited, then grab yourself a copy and read the full story in the October 2019 issue of New Zealand Trucking Magazine, on sale now. Have a fantastic month out there, travel safe, and go the mighty All Blacks.